you know, it's just a beautiful feeling because you just can't show up like, oh yeah, it's Al Pacino. No, no, it's like, oh man, it's Al Pacino. So you pay homage to that, and you pay respect to that, and you put in the work to that, and you compliment that, and it comes back at you.
Another one of my favorite films that you starred in was Carlito's Way, which you got to act alongside Al Pacino, which obviously Pacino for me is like the gold standard for actors because he's just so talented. He molds himself into every role he plays. What was that experience like for you just meeting him for the first time?
Well, I'll tell you what, man, I was a nervous wreck because here I am, and not because of what he did in Scarface, but because like Dog Day Afternoon is one of my favorite movies. Serpico is one of my favorite movies. And to be standing next to that guy and then to be working with him, I was I was like literally like I was like, wow, is this really happening? Am I really am I gonna be Al Pacino's right hand man in this movie? You know, it's humbling. And when it's like that, man, you know, it's just a beautiful feeling because you just can't show up like, oh yeah, it's Al Pacino. No, no, it's like, oh man, it's Al Pacino. So you pay homage to that, and you pay respect to that, and you put in the work to that, and you compliment that, and it comes back at you. Because it's like for me, that's one of the most iconic roles I've ever done.
Pacino played he was Puerto Rican in that film, right? And as a Puerto Rican yourself, do you really feel like he just nailed the mannerisms, the accents, the whole just the nuances, like, just looking at him when he's that character? Is it almost as if you're talking to someone who is of Puerto Rican descent? Isn't it kind of just like mind blowing in a sense for you?
Well, it's not mind blowing to me. It's you kind of you have to understand a little bit of the history of that character.
Hmm.
You know, that's what I believe anyway in my mind because um there's stuff that I'm not privy to say because that stays between Al and myself. But look, he put in the work. He did a great character.
Yeah.
Um, it was written. Carlito's Way was based on two books written by Edwin Torres, who was a state Supreme Court judge in New York. The name of the books were called After Hours and Carlito's Way. So it was a combination of these two books. I recommend if anybody could find those books nowadays, read them because it's some of the most eloquent writing and storytelling that there is. But like I said, look, Al did what he had to do, and I complimented that, and he complimented me, and we as a cast that were involved, we did what we had to do.
You guys created magic, man.